MLTI Slam Show. I'm Jared, and today is Thursday, February 17th. In the MLTI Slam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. And we'll begin today by following along with Mr. Kelly from Nokomis, who will teach us about Adobe Express, a free online design tool for graphics, design, and visualizations. Then viewers can take the Slam exam, a chance for those of you with us live to win prizes by answering questions about the show. Then we're going to wrap up the show with the website of the week, which this time is going to be pixelart.com, where you can create beautiful pixel art, share, and collaborate. Slam clubs, don't forget the MLTI Student Conference t-shirt competition, so consider using today's creation tool, or we cover the steps for this process in episode 8. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or want to start your own Slam club, let us know in the contact form on www.mlti.me. Now, please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat so Seth, our moderator, can respond during the show. And remember, your account is connected to everything you type, so be kind and have fun. So welcome, Mr. Kelly, to the MLTI Slam Show. Glad you could join us. What do you have to share with us today?
Yeah, today we're going to talk about Adobe Express. As Jared mentioned, that we have a t-shirt contest coming up for the MLTI student event and conference coming up at the end of the year, and so in May. And so we looked at Canva last time, which was a program that allows you to do some design. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a similar contest as far as using a different tool. This is also free. It's also web-based. The only difference is our topic today, we're a couple days late, but we're going to look at doing a Valentine's. It's going to be kind of fun for this week. So let's do a quick screen share here. Okay, and we'll look at here we go, everybody can see that. So if you want to look at follow the link right there. So it's express.adobe.com. And when you come up to a page like this, and you can click sign in. Now, this is free. Adobe has many products. You've probably heard of Photoshop and maybe Premiere or After Effects or all kinds of different things. Their entire suite of all their products is called the Creative Cloud. Well, this one, Adobe Express, is a free one. It's just like Canva, but it's the same idea. And it's just a little different tool. And it works really well. It works on pretty much any device you may use, if it's an iPad or a Chromebook or laptop or whatever. And so if everybody's there, I'm just going to click sign in up in the right hand. Now, I'm already signed in, but you can sign in with your Google account. When you do so, you'll come up to a link. It may look like this to start with. So it's going to ask you what type of projects. Today, we're going to do personal projects. You may have ones that are for presentations or school projects and so forth. We're just going to do a personal one. So if it comes up to this web page right here, I'm going to click personal in the lower left. Click next. Okay, it's going to ask you some questions. How much experience do you have? I'm just going to click done. I'm not going to worry about that kind of stuff right now. And it's going to give you some tutorial stuff, like check it out. So I can click next. I can go on to the next piece. And we're trying to explain to you some of the pieces. I'm just going to click continue. And we'll click done. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a flyer. Now, any of these are kind of pre-done pieces here. They all work very similarly. What it comes down to is the canvas size, the background size. So I'm just going to click flyer right here. And then I'm going to show you how to customize it. So one of the things in here is one of the rules basically of the MLTI t-shirt design is that the canvas size needs to be 8.5 by 11. And that's just a regular size piece of paper, right? So that's just, if you look at a piece of paper, that's what the size is. So I'm going to click up here. Let's see, where's my design here? Let's go back to projects. I want to create a project here. And I want to do, that is not what I want to be. Let's go back to our flyer here. Okay, so we're going to make sure that it's the right size here. All right, next, you'll notice here from the left side, they give you all kinds of different templates, like a ton of them, things to grab. And you can grab those. If it's quicker and easier to grab a template, drag it over, and then kind of change it, we're going to start from scratch. So right in here, I'm going to start with, in the upper left corner, I'm going to start with text right here. And so, as I mentioned, we're going to do this as if it's a Valentine's. The same process applies. If you look at the rules for the MLTI t-shirt design, you've got to use the term, MLTI Student Conference 2022. Throw an image in there, some graphics, the logo, all that stuff applies. And this will work the same way. We're just going to focus on a Valentine's Day card today. So over on the left, there's some more templates here. Now I can make my own, but if I like the look of one of these, let's say I kind of like this one, feeling stylish, that looks cool. I can click on this and just drag it over. And you'll notice here, It's already comes with stuff. It already comes with some graphics and some, designs. I want to change this. I'm going to change this to Happy Valentine's Day. So this is a grouped item. It has text and images all together. I can ungroup them here over on the right. Click ungroup. And now each of these things is its own piece. So here's the graphics. I can move those around. Here's the text. I can move those around. Each thing is its own kind of unique piece. I'm going to ungroup this as well. I'm going to keep going down here. Now each of the text pieces is their own. The reason why this is important is you'll notice here over on the right side now, the tools have changed. Okay, so I'm going to change this to happy. Change the text here. And we'll change the bottom one here with the stylish to Valentine's Day. All right. We're going to make our, let me move this down for a second here before we get going. I'm just going to delete that for now. We'll show you how to add more graphics in a second. So Happy Valentine's Day. If I click on one of these, all these tool sets over on the right side here, I can change the color. Here's my text color here. And I can drag it around. Obviously, we'll do a nice bright red for Valentine's Day. That looks pretty good. I also have this eyedropper right here. So let's say, for example, I want to match the exact same red for both of them. Now I could copy this hex code right here, this RGB code, D51313 and so forth. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on the Valentine's Day, next text below it. I'm going to click on this little gear here. Let me go like this. And I'm going to use the eyedropper to match exactly the same red. And so the value of that is that now they'll be both of the same. And you can actually use it, if you notice there, I can actually use this eyedropper pretty much anywhere. So I can jump over here. If I had other colors, it will grab whatever color I want. But we're going to stick with that red. How you know which color you're on is that the circle around it will turn the same color that you're actually, the crosshairs are on. Let me make sure I'm checking the chat here. All right. So next up, what else can I do in here? We can change, obviously, you can change our fonts. We got a million fonts in here. So I can just look at these. Let's see, we'll kind of scroll through gently. That's kind of cool font. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's kind of neat. If I like that font, if you don't, change it, no big deal. And keep clicking through. I'm going to stick with that font right now. Also the size. So if I need to resize it, bigger and smaller, I can also grab these edges right here to resize it, and that might be just as quick. One thing you'll notice is it is a little bit tilted, right? It's a little bit kind of at an angle. And so if I put my cursor down here, this is going to allow me to tilt it left, right. And these little guidelines, those little red lines you see kind of popping up, that will show me when it's actually perfectly straight, 90 degrees, or if it's a little bit tilted. That's probably 45 there, and then 60, and then up to 90 again. So you can kind of help you if you want it to be at a certain angle for what you're doing. That way they'll match. All right. So let's change that happy. We're going to change that color actually just because, just to be different there. All right. We got a couple of colors. We got our text. You can add other effects. So here's shadow. So if I want to put a little shadow to it, and also the color behind it. So that orange, I don't really like that. I'm going to click on that. Let's make it a little bit darker there. We'll do like a black shadow. Cool. If I want to extend this, it will kind of show you how far away that shadow is and how close it is. So it looks like it's different. This actually isn't a great font for shadows. So let me change that real quickly here. All right, there we go. So we can see it a little bit better. So now if I do the shadow, you'll notice here, it will kind of change where it is. The thing about shadows to think about is if you use a shadow in one text, I'm coming from this angle, the light would be coming from the upper left. You want to do the same thing for all of them. You don't want to change around for each one to be different. All right. So what else we got here? I'm not going to worry about that right now. We got our text. Now we're going to add an image. If I keep going over on the left side here, I've got text, I've got images. So I'm going to click on photos. Okay. Adobe stock photos. So Adobe stock photos, you actually have many different ones. So I can search for Valentine's Day. Oops, if I click in here. And let's see what comes up. So see all kinds of different pictures. Okay, there's a bunch of pictures here, some hearts and some other stuff. These are all available. Now you'll notice there's some of these have a crown on them. That crown means that you would pay for them. This app is free. A lot or most of the images on here are free, but if they do have a little crown, that's the paid service. It's kind of like the freemium model, right? They give you most of it for free, but if I want this specific image right here, the little heart balloons, that one you got to pay for, right? But that's okay. There's usually plenty of good pictures here. Let's just find a quick one. Oh, that's kind of a cool one. We'll drag this one over here. All right. So that picture now, I just dragged it over, literally just dragged it over. And you can pick one that you want that you think looks kind of cool. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. So we got a couple of hearts in front of the moon. That looks kind of cool. If you notice here, when I click on the image or I click away from it, it adjusts what happens over here on the right side, what my toolbars are. There's all kinds of different tools over here. So do I want that image to be my background image? I don't in this case, right? But I could. I can make that be the whole background. Do I want to flip it? I can flip it horizontally. Let's say I want to be on the left side. Yep, I can do that too. I can crop it. If I click crop, I could I only really want the moon here. I don't want, this side over the right side. Let's say I want it more square. I could crop it down. Hit enter, and now we'll make it bigger again. So now I've got a little bit different, same idea of the image, a little bit different. I could also crop by a shape. So if I look in here, oh, there's a heart shape, right? So I could, almost like a cookie cutter. I like to call this a cookie cutter tool, where it does crop it, but it crops it as a shape, right? So if I hit enter here, now I've got a nice heart, a couple of hearts inside of a heart. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. All right. Let's keep scrolling down over on the right side here with the images. I've got filters. This would be if I want different colors, as grayscale and so forth. We'll keep it the same color. I think that blue looks kind of cool. Enhancement. So if I do have an image, I can change how bright is it, how dark is it, how colorful, the saturation. Do I want it black and white? Sharpen, all kinds of different stuff. And again, you would play with that, see what makes sense, what would be best. I'm going to turn these enhancements off. And then the blur tool. I'm not sure. I mean, if you want to be blurry, you could. I'm not sure exactly why you might. I guess it depends on what you're trying to create. So there's our image there. We've got our text. We've got our image. I'm going to come over here on the left side again. Again, I'm avoiding those images that have a little crown on them because I don't want to pay for them. There's plenty of free good ones on there. I'm going to go down a little bit more. Icons. So these are going to be things that are graphics that are going to work. So I can look for, like this one says love. I'll put in heart. Okay. So I can grab another heart if I want a heart graphic. Actually, let me do one with an arrow go through it. That looks kind of cool. And I could add this one as well and, of course, resize the whole thing. The reason why it's important to know about just imaging or graphics themselves rather than this kind of like photo is if you are working on the t-shirt design, again, this is going to be printed on a t-shirt. So photos are going to be hard, right? It's going to be more likely to be able to do graphics that are just one color because you only really have one color to work with. So let's say I want the one color, the entire thing to be this red, right? So I'm going to click on this right here. I'm going to go back to my color up in the upper right here. Click on that, use that eyedropper. And now I can say, okay, I want this to be that red. And again, I wanted this language up here to be that same red. Use the eyedropper. So they're all going to be one color. And then again, I don't think I can use this photo here because it's not going to match. It's going to be too hard to put on a t-shirt. But I'm going to change the background color as well. So if you can have the t-shirt design could be one color and the text themselves or the graphics themselves would be one color you can add here. And these, again, you can turn or flip around or add a bunch of them if you want to. I'm going to go over to the left side one last time here. We've got backgrounds, and that's where I might add. If I just want to do a single color here, let's just do, we'll just do a color here. And we'll pin it to background. So that might be, again, that doesn't look great. That's probably not going to be a great background for this one. Let's go look for different ones that are a little bit simpler. There we go. Get a dark background here. That looks a little better. I'll go one more here. Back to background. And we'll just say, I'm on chromatic right now. So let's go up here. To space. That might be good. Again, if you don't remember, the theme for this year's MLTI student conference, MLTI student conference is space to connect. So maybe I want some stars as my background. In the background. There we go. That looks kind of cool. So happy Valentine's Day. We've got some stars. We've got some cool stuff going on there. All right. So we've added some text. We added an image. We added some graphics. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to share this. We're going to take this image and we're going to save it. Well, how are we going to do that? If I click up here in the upper right, I can click download. Okay. So if you're going to submit this to the MLTI student conference design competition, I would recommend doing a PDF. That's going to be your best quality and retained size. If you're not doing that, if you're just making really a Valentine's Day card, I would just choose a PNG, a PNG. And that file type is a pretty good kind of balance of file size and quality. I can click start download, and then I'll have that image, and I could, send it to my Valentine's Day sweetheart if I wanted to, or whatever you want to end up with it. All right. So I think that's it for Adobe Express. Let me jump back to here. Do we have any questions?
All right. One thing I did want to mention real quick is that if you find the presentation difficult to follow, remember that you can always access the recordings at www.mlti.me to play, pause, and rewind. So now we're going to go ahead and check in with Seth, our moderator. So are there any questions in the chat? All right, we do have one question. How do you change the text font? So would you like to take that one, Mr. Kelly?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. So I'll do another quick screen share here. All right. So we come back here. If I did want to change the font in here, I go up to text. Again, they give you many different, let me just do, actually, I'm going to do a blank one. That'll be easier to show everybody. So I'm just going to click up here to the kind of the very first thing, up in the upper right, custom size. And this is one thing that I did want to mention. I want to show you guys. So right here, if I do want to change the size of my canvas, the canvas is the background, like what it's printing on. So I change the inches. I'm going to do 8.5. Like I said, that's the by 11. That's the actual, there we go, dimension that it needs to be. So here it is. If I want to use text and I don't want to use one of these templates that are already there, I can just click this add text button up here in the upper left. So here it is. Now I want to edit it. And I'm going to say, I want to change this to MLTI. There's my text. Cool. And I say, well, I want to change it to a different font. Right below that, you'll see a whole list of fonts here. And so I can kind of scroll down and I can see what they might look like just as it is. So here's a little bit different font. I kind of like that. That looks cool. I can click on this and keep going down. Maybe there's another one I like the looks of. Oop, I don't like that one. That's a little bit too busy. That one was pretty simple. I like that one. If I want to change the color, again, right here in the same place. So we'll grab maybe a blue for MLTI.
No. I'm trying to listen to the old man.
And then finally, the size right here.
I got to take the MLTI thing.
What? Adam?
Okay.
Shay, you're
All right.
unmuted.
And that's how you would change the font right here.
Okay, and thank you, Mr. Kelly, for coming on the show and teaching us about Adobe Express. It was a great presentation.
You got it.
Now, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the Slam exam, a one-question quiz about today's show topic. Please note that we actually changed the format a little bit here, so instead of having to answer in 10 seconds, we are going to give you the whole week to answer the question and be entered in the prize drawing. Only your first entry will count, the others will be removed. And then we'll announce the winner in the next episode. That way, everyone has a chance to take the Slam exam, even if you're not able to join us live. Now, I will give you a code for you to type in so everyone has the same amount of time. The Slam exam question from the last episode was, what equipment is in package number 2? Was it the webcam, the microphone, or the VR headset? And the winner from last week's Slam exam was JE from RSU19.net. So congratulations. The Slam team will reach out to you to get that prize to you. So be sure to be checking your email. And now, before we ask this week's Slam exam question, let's check out the website.
All right. Today, I will be doing a quick video tutorial on the website known as pixelart.com. It is a free website that you can use to create your own pixel art, which is very good because most websites require you pay some sort of fee to create your own high quality pixel art. So once you go to the website pixelart.com, you will be presented with this screen that says start drawing or create account. Because this website is so great, you don't actually need to make an account. You can just click right on start drawing, and just like this, it will bring you to a brand new tab, not really brand new tab, a brand new screen. And it will first pop up ads because they do need to make money somehow. It's a free website. and it will bring you to a tutorial. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you a tutorial. So you'll skip it instantly, and it will bring you to this screen, which allows you to customize your canvas. So you will be brought to it, and you can change how many pixels you want up and down, the size to be. It ranges from 16 by 16 all the way to 500 by 500 pixels, which is massive. And however, this does change the size of the image. It does vary, but for now, you can just stick with the 100 by 100. It's the average size, and it's fine enough. It provides a good enough level of detail for the pixel art while still keeping it looking like pixel art and not a straight up image. So just click on New Drawing, and okay. There you go. You will be presented with a brand new drawing. Now, there are two sides of the screen. One of them controls your background and your tools. The other one is your tools. All of them laid out on the left side. Your layers are on your right, your tools are on your left. Your layer allows you to change the size. You can add more layers, so you can color individual pieces of your drawing, but for this specific quick tutorial, you will not need it. If you go over to the tools, your pencil here it's what it's stuck onto. You will see that when you scroll down, especially if you're on a Chromebook, if you're on an actual PC, you will not need to scroll down because it'll just be right there. But on a laptop, scroll down on the the right side of your screen, and click any color you want, and you can draw away with the pencil tool, making literally any shape. Here we have a squiggly line, which is using 100% of my creativity. However, you can switch to a circle, and you make a perfect circle with the circle tool. So you can go to the circle tool with the color you have selected, and you can create a circle. Now, the circle isn't much right now, but if you take the line tool, which is just a line, and you drag, you can create a line. So then you'll keep going, draw another line, draw another line, draw another line. And there we go. Now we add some circles there. It is a stickman. Your very own pixel art stickman that took you approximately 3 seconds to make. You can do so much more with this. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to explain it in full detail, but this is one of the most comprehensive, fully detailed pixel art makers on the internet, especially ones you can get for free. Now you have a powerful tool to create your own stick art, your own stickman, your own pixel art. You can create a stickman. That's about it for the tutorial. See ya.
All right, thank you for that information about the website, Seth. Now let's get ready to take this week's SLAM exam. Our moderator will put the link in the chat, or if you're not watching this live, visit mlti.me and click the SLAM exam link at the top to enter your answer. You can enter only once, remember that, anytime before next week's show. And the passcode for this episode is 246. Our SLAM exam question is, in Adobe Express, which icons and graphics are free? Is it there is no star, there is no heart, or there is no crown? So make sure to enter your answers on that. Again, one more time, the passcode for this episode is 246. So make sure to enter that, and we will announce the winner randomly selected from all the correct answers in next week's episode. So good luck with that. Now, thank you everyone for joining today's MLTI Slam show. Please note that we will be off next week for February break. Thanks to our presenter, Mr. Kelly, our moderator, Seth, and director, Alex. Slammers, if you have questions, would like to make comments, or share the work you created today on the show, visit www.mlti.me and contact us. Those of you here in the live stream right now, stick around for the after show live discussion. Student leadership ambassadors, stay curious. We'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.